Huh? Jay? What's your nationality? Huh? You're Haitian, right? Watch this, bruh. Let me ask you this question, brother. How did we get to America? How did black folks get to America? Okay, let's read it. Let's read it. Watch this.
On 15 verses, just as good.
I want 68.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now, the Bible says God's going to bring us into Egypt again, right? Are you familiar with the Israelites being in Egypt, serving under Pharaoh, let my people go, Moses, right? So this was right after they came out of Egypt. So when they came out of Egypt and Moses said, you're going back into Egypt again, what did they think about? They thought about the slavery that they were in. They thought about the taskmasters that were over them. They thought about working with rigor, working from sun up to sundown, working, getting beat for not completing a certain amount of work. They thought about hard bondage and slavery, right? So now, Egypt is synonymous with slavery. Come on.
Into Egypt again with ships.
So now, did we have to use ships to get into Egypt the first time, the Israelites? No. They walked into Egypt, they walked out. But this Egypt, this form of slavery, you would need ships. Come on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Now, what happened when we got off the ships here in America? We were sold. They put us on auction blocks. Here we go.
Bet.
They put us on auction blocks. Here we go. Boom. Nigga sold to Master Charles in Virginia. Nigga sold to Master Williams in Louisiana. And they separated our families and they sold us. Guess what? Not just the men. Read it again. Read that part.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. For what? For bondmen.
That's a slave man.
And bondwomen.
And that's a slave woman. So now, that's how we got here to America. That didn't happen to nobody else. Read verse 45.
Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Now, these curses, that going into slavery by way of slave ship, that's not a blessing at all. That is that is the greatest atrocity to ever happen in the history of the planet Earth. There's not been a greater atrocity. If you really understood the history, you probably do. But these ships were not made for humans. These were cargo ships that they stacked us on top of each other for months at a time. Vomiting, defecating, dying, maggots, all of these things, women menstruating on top of each other, all of these things happened to us while we were on these ships. And then once we got off, we were forced to serve slavery and be sold and our families separated. Now, if the Bible is a book of prophecy, would God not write about that? Would God not write about the greatest atrocity to ever happen on the face of this earth, the transatlantic slave trade? There's no history that has ever happened to anyone on this earth that is worse than the transatlantic slave trade. But they want you to remember the Holocaust. They want you to remember 9/11. But they want you to forget what your forefathers went through, slavery here in America. You know why? Because they want to absolve themselves of any guilt. Guess what? I don't even believe white man got any guilt. It is what it is. They walk around here so damn prideful, who knows? Right? Now, give me that in Genesis. I want Levi.
Yes, sir.
Right? Now, I'm going to show you because read verse 1.
Yes, sir.
So now, these curses show who the Israelites are today because when we came off the ships, they didn't allow us to read. They changed our names. That's the reason why we go by Haitian, African American, Negro, Black, African American, all these different names we go by. Why our names keep changing? Right. The hell is this? A German is still a German like he was 400 years ago.
Right.
But why has his name ain't changed? Because we are under the curses of God. Right. They have complete control over us because we are the Israelites, and they do not want us to wake up to realize that we are God's people, and Jesus is coming back to save us. Right. Not the whole world. He's coming back to save us. We are the world that he's going to save. All right, watch this. Read.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together, that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days.
The last days, it started when Christ came on the earth. The last days, this is what's going to happen. This is thousands of years before Christ was born, right? That Jacob called his sons and gave them this prophecy. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen in the far future. That's what he's telling them. He's prophesying here. Read on.
gather yourselves together and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father.
Here we go, verse 5.
Verse 5, Simeon and Levi are brethren.
Now hold on. Because Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Asher, Gad, Manasseh, Naphtali, Isachar, all of those tribes, all of those names, those are all brothers.
Right.
They're all the 12 tribes of Israel. They're all the 12 sons of Israel. They're all brothers. But why would he point out that Simeon and Levi are brothers? Why are they brothers? Because they would share a landmass, Hispaniola, right? What landmass? What they call that today? They call it Haiti, and what's the other half? Dominican Republic, right? Now, is there peace on that land? Do the Dominicans love the Haitians? Do the Haitians love the Dominicans? Not really, huh? Watch this. Here we go. Read it again.
Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations.
They're cruel to one another.
Right.
And guess what else? You know what other instruments they have? What do the Haitians do? What do they do? What are they known for? They're known for voodoo.
That's right.
What are the Dominicans known for? Is it brujeria? Santeria? What is it? It's witchcraft, right? It's witchcraft either way. They both do it. You know why? Because they're brothers.
Hey.
They're brothers, right? So now, we understand that the Haitians on that side, they are the tribe of Levi, and the Dominicans on that side are the tribe of Simeon.
Right.
Now, when you go through, we got many history books that go into it and prove it. How like the Mexicans today are the tribe of Isachar. You're not Mexicans at all. What does Mexican mean? Middle of the moon? That's what Mexican means, middle of the moon. What do y'all have to do with the middle of the moon? God didn't call you the middle of the moon, right? So, now, you got a flyer? You got your own? Good. Sis, what's your nationality? You're Mexican. Watch this, read verse 14, same thing.
Genesis chapter 49, verse 14.
See, they divided us up and conquered us by different languages, by different, so what, this is what the white man did. They said, you know what? You're gonna conquer these people, you're gonna conquer these people, you're gonna conquer these people. Okay, the British went forth and conquered. They conquered the Jamaicans, right? Then you had the French, they went forth and conquered the Haitians, right? Then you had Spain, they went forth and conquered the Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans, right? And taught them Spanish. And then they came to Mexico, conquered the Mexicans. Because guess what? When Christopher Columbus, Hernan Cortez, when these men came to the shores of America and found your ancestors here, guess what your ancestors did not say to them? They did not say, hola, ¿cómo estás? They didn't say that because that language is not indigenous to this earth.
That's right.
They changed your language, and now it's such a prideful thing to speak Spanish. Spanish is a slave language, just like English. English is a slave language.
Right.
These languages come from Europe. They conquered us.
That's right.
Now, watch this. Here we go, verse 14.
Verse 14. Issachar is a strong ass.
Now what is a donkey in Mexican culture? Why is it so prominent in Mexican culture, the burro? It's everywhere. My neighbor got a burro in his front yard. He's so proud. He's so proud of being Mexican, right? Because you know why? A donkey is a beast of burden.
Right.
Right? It's the hardest working animal out there. Many farms have donkeys on it because they work very, very hard. You can work them and they won't fall out, right? Ain't that a coincidence how Mexicans work very, very hard? They're the hardest working people in the whole earth. Nobody works harder than the Mexican.
Right.
Nobody. Y'all built this whole city. Y'all built it. All of these cities that are predominantly Hispanic were built by y'all. Facts. But yet, do y'all reap the benefits of all of the buildings here? Of all of the wealth that was brought here? Of all of the food that y'all grow here? Do y'all reap the benefits? No. It's because we have been, what Caucasian people like to do is, they like to make you believe you're not a slave. They like to believe, they want to make you believe you're not oppressed. Because if I could convince you that I'm not oppressing you, and that everything is the way it's supposed to be, you'll never fight against me.
Right.
You'll never stand up and come against me. Because you've been taught to think that the way you're living is normal. It's okay.
Right.
But there's nothing normal about the way that we live.
Right.
We once ruled this earth.
Right.
You know your forefathers, your ancestors once ruled this land. Y'all made the laws. Y'all had the whole land on lock. until they came over here with their diseases, with their religion, with their court systems, with their weapons, with their education and false education, right? Y'all had it on lock. Here we go, read it again.
Issachar is a strong ass couching down between two burdens. And he saw.
Now, you ever seen y'all seen the burro before, right? Y'all seen the burro? Pull up, hey, give me an image of the burro. Come on, brothers, help me out. Y'all watching me teach. Hey, so on the burro, you put a satchel on his back, right? And you can put something in one side and you can put something in the other side. I want it's on the flyer. Open up the Mexican flyer.
On the front.
On the very front of it.
Yeah.
On the very front of it. Right. So this is the burro, right? So on one side there's a satchel holding something, and on the other side is a satchel holding something. Now, I got it. So now, what did the Bible call those things that's in that satchel? Watch, read it again.
Issachar is a strong ass couching down between two burdens.
It calls it two burdens. Is a burden a good thing? Is a burden a good thing? Do you want a lot of burdens, brother? I don't want any burdens. I don't want any burdens. I want all easy, okay? I want everything to be ease. But these two burdens represent the long hours of work that Mexicans have to work and the low wages. Y'all do the most work and get paid the less.
Right.
What kind of mess is that? And that's why every time I go to the corner store, I see a Mexican coming out with a 6-pack of beer, a 24-pack of beer. Why? Because in order for them to get up and do that same hard work again today, they got to drown them sorrows tonight. They got to numb that body tonight, or else they won't get up to be able to make a living for their family tomorrow.
Right.
That's the harsh conditions. That's not a life to live. But yet, that's the conditions that they made for us. That's the conditions that they made for our people. Watch this, read.
And he saw that rest was good.
He saw that the siesta was good. Rest was good. Y'all ever seen the figurine where there's a man and he's sitting down and he's got the sombrero covering his head and his knees? That's the symbol. Why is that a symbol? Because after all the work you do, you need a break. You need a rest. You take a nap. A siesta, read.
And he saw that rest was good in the land that it was pleasant.
Now what land was pleasant? Mexico, Texas, California. All of these are beautiful lands that they stole. They stole these lands. Cancun. Why would people want to go on a trip? They go to Cozumel. They go to Cancun. Why they want to go there? Because y'all's land is beautiful,
right,
but it was stolen from you. It was stolen. And guess what? We just live like it's supposed to be like that. Like we're supposed to just, guess what? Those people over there, those Arabs over there that's in Israel, those Israelis, and how they're fighting over there in Gaza right now, guess what? They fighting for what they believe is theirs. But over here, we don't do a damn thing. We just lay down and take it. We just lay down and roll over and let them abuse us. But guess what? It's a new day. It's a new day because we're rising up men in these last days that's going to defend our people. That's going to defend our children. We're going to teach our children who they are and what they need to do to have a dignified life. We're giving dignity back to the blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans. We are the Israelites according to the Bible. That's who we are. God's chosen people.
What is the nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong.